back now to our Lee Peck, who is also on the ground getting reaction. And Lee, I see you've got some company this time.
I do have some company. We are still at, I now know the name, Old River Condominiums. We're about a mile from the Flora-Bama. And one of the people who rode the storm out here, Jimmy Oswald, I guess, tell me, you were here last night. You weren't expecting it to be a big deal. What happened?
About 8 o'clock, we went to bed, Category 1, you know, no big deal. Even like Facebook, you know, a little overrated, 25-mile-an-hour winds. And about 12 o'clock, I woke up with this condominium here, the Old River Condominiums where we live, and the whole place is shaking. I mean, it's moving 2 and 3 foot back and forth. We're hearing like tin being ripped off the roof. The building's shaking, things are popping, things are coming down Beach Boulevard here, rolling. The palm trees are laying almost all the way down. It was an unbelievable experience, and you know, that just shows you that you can't always guess the weather. You know, you go to bed with a Hurricane 1 and all of a sudden you have a Hurricane 2 with 100-mile-an-hour winds ripping your roof off. It's something I won't do again. The next time they say hurricane, I will be packing my bags up and I'll be locking everything down. I'll be heading north. It was that scary.
It's serious. And you were saying that the power went out. What time did the power go out, and how are you staying up to date on what was happening?
Well, the power, it played with us. It tried to stay on. It'd go out 5 minutes, come back on. I was watching you guys. And then when the power went out, the only way we could keep up was we live streamed. You know, went to Fox 10, we live streamed you guys, and so we was giving to keep up. Y'all was giving us a play-by-play. And then I went on the Wind Finder app, and I was watching the wind between you guys and your radar and what y'all were saying, and I was kind of keeping up what we was just doing, so we knew when to, like, you know, be scared and not be scared. But believe it or not, I was scared the whole time. And Miss Donna in there, you know, she curled up in the floor, got in the kitchen and curled up against the cabinets, thinking, you know, this place is coming down. And like I said, I just will not do it again. Next time they say hurricane, it's time to go. And I need to let everybody know out there that if they say hurricane, get out of here. You know, no matter what they say, how big it is, no hurricane parties. Everybody, y'all pack your stuff up. Y'all get out of here. We can always come back and check on everything. But, you know, we can replace this building. This building's got a lot of damage. We can replace it. But, you know, if we would have lost the lives or the building actually would have done a lot more damage, we can't replace those lives. So, folks, just make sure next time a hurricane comes, you get out of here.
Sally has changed your way of thinking.
Sally was well, we know what Sally, you know, Scott was a B. Sally was definitely a B, that's for sure.
Oh, Sally was a number. She did a number on this place. When you guys came out here this morning by the light of day, you said you heard the tin roof kind of being peeled off. When you saw it firsthand, by light of day, what was your initial reaction?
Well, I knew kind of how it was going to look. Actually, about 5 o'clock when it slowed down, we stayed in the eye wall, I believe, for about 4 hours. We had 75-mile-an-hour consistent winds with 105-mile-an-hour gusts. And those gusts will really shake the building. We also had a storm surge. This whole parking lot you see, this tennis courts, all up beneath our condominiums out here was underwater. Where you're standing right now is almost knee deep. So about 5 o'clock when it got loose just enough I could get down to check on, you know, everybody's cars and boats and stuff that's underneath the condominiums, I realized there's a lot of damage being done out here. And there's debris floating. You know, we have gutters floating. We have parts of our building floating. We got, you know, boat trailers moving around. A lot of debris. So besides the wind damage we have a lot of flood damage. And we spent all day over here trying to clean up. You know, our neighbors are helping out. We have no power, but right now we've kind of settled down. Everybody's relaxing. We've got the grill fired up. We got some big fat ribeyes going.
I can smell it.
Yeah, so we're gonna eat the ribeyes. We're gonna eat the ribeyes here in a little bit. And none of us have been to bed. There's no way you can sleep through this. And we have some elderly neighbors, and they've been up all night. So it was a heck of a ride, and I will not take that ride again.
Yeah. Let's talk about, for a brief second before I toss it back to them, that over there is just incredible, where it ripped off the first 2 floors.
Luckily, that's a rental condominium over there, and there was nobody occupied in that. There was only 3 residents was actually staying there last night when those walls came down. And what you're seeing there, I don't know if you can zoom in on that, that's people's beds. That is a bedroom. Those are beds and mattresses, and that's their places they sleep. There was nobody in there, but could you imagine if you was in there when those walls came down? It could have sucked you right on out.
I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine. But
that's why I will not be back for the next time they say hurricane anywhere in this direction. I will not be back.
All right, you just heard it right there. Jimmy Oswald, one of the many people who did stay, did not think it was going to be that bad, but Sally has definitely changed his way of thinking. We're going to continue down back towards inner Orange Beach, and we'll get back with you guys a little later. But for live now at Old River Condominiums, what's left of it, Lee Peck, Fox 2 News.
Love me some Jimmy Oswald.